All right, unless you've been living under a rock, you've heard that Aaron Rodgers plans on signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The boys and I were unable to get a video out on this, but we wanted to give you our quick thoughts. So here's a rundown of what we think is happening with the Aaron Rodgers situation and him signing with the Steelers.
I personally think he should have retired a Green Bay Packer. But he saw what happened with Tom Brady, and I feel like it's kind of a similar situation. Was it the head coach? Was it the player, the quarterback that got him into the Super Bowl and won him the Super Bowl? And then, they have like disagreements and stuff, and so he wants to go. Dude, he's got a chip on his shoulder. Especially after those last 2 seasons with the Jets. I mean, who would want that to be the end of your career? But, I mean, at this point, that's going to be the end of his career. I do not see a world where Aaron Rodgers wins a Super Bowl with the Steelers, the current Steelers. Very well could happen. Mike Tomlin is a great coach. I think it is more likely that Mike Tomlin has his first losing season in a long time.
So Rodgers finally signs with the Steelers. Not really a shocker considering everybody's been speculating this for weeks now. Does this change my outlook really for the Steelers this year? Not really. Defense is pretty similar to what Rodgers had last year. I think Rodgers is kind of on a decline. Obviously, he's getting old. Running back room is definitely worse than he had on the Jets. The wide receiver room is pretty bad, minus DK Metcalf. But, I mean, obviously we saw him last year, didn't really do much. But now I am curious, do the Steelers bring in another wide receiver? Do they bring in Keenan Allen? Do they bring in Amari Cooper? Maybe Gabe Davis? We'll see.
All right, guys, I'll close it out here. I think it's pretty simple. I think it's no coincidence that Aaron Rodgers decides to go to Pittsburgh right after the Vikings get to look at J.J. McCarthy live. They get to watch him all of minicamp. They got to watch him throw to receivers live. They got to watch him take dropbacks. They got to watch him run around. Now, they're not taking hits. They're not, there's no real pressures and all that jazz. But they got to take a look at their guy and see, okay, he's healthy. He can run around. He can still sling it. He can still load the back leg and fire it in there, right? The meniscus is fine. And I think that Rodgers, whether through his camp or through whoever, got word that the Vikings were all in on McCarthy now and that the door is officially shut on Minnesota and there is no way they're going to be calling him. So what did he do? He progressed to his next option, which was the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I truly believe, and a lot of people believed, that he was waiting on the Vikings to, find something wrong with JJ and then call some point in the offseason. And now that I think is off the table completely, he's now acquiesced to, okay, I'm going to go sign with Pittsburgh. And that's where I believe he's at. I don't believe that he's the missing piece to the puzzle in Pittsburgh. I believe he should just walk away from the game while he's still relatively healthy. Now, unfortunately enough, his ego won't allow him to do that. With the Jets to be the end of Aaron Rodgers, he wants to prove that, he can still play, he can still be that guy. But let's face the facts. Better running game in New York last year. Better receivers in New York, arguably, last year. And now he's going to a lesser team with a similarly talented defense and with a way better head coach. I will give him that. Way better head coach. But overall, team-wise, similar situation, and I don't see him doing much different than he did last season. So, unfortunately, I think he's just going to be left with more of the same. But if you like the video, make sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, and we appreciate you, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.